You see this woman on the screen? This is Jasmine Crockett. She is the U.S. representative for the District 30 in the great state of Texas. Mm, Basically, kind of around the area where I was born and raised and grew up. This is Jasmine Crockett, born in St. Louis, Missouri, to a pastor and a wife. Went to private school pretty much her whole life. Went to Rhodes College. Went to law school at the Thurgood Marshall Law School at TSU, Texas State University. Texas Southern, I'm sorry, Texas Southern. And then finished up at the University of Houston's law school. So she got plenty of book smart, law smarts. Now, I try to tell our people we need to learn about laws and taxes in this country if we want to make it and understand how it runs so we can stay above water instead of just floating or treading water. We actually can walk on water. Jasmine Crockett is a Democrat. Jasmine Crockett has said some throwed off stuff to make you want to. You see, Jasmine Crockett got to that lace front wig she got. You see that little part right there. It didn't lay down right, but it's all good. It's all good. No one cares. No one cares. She got plenty of money. She got all them shoes in the background. She got plenty of money. Maybe she just woke up, got a little t-shirt like I got on. Just wasn't her day. Just wasn't her day this morning. That morning when she did this interview on Fox News of all places. Amazing that she went on there. She has said some crazy things, but what she's about to say here shows y'all why a lot of people are no longer voting Democrat. And she's part of the problem, not part of the solution for the Democratic Party. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. Now, if I can find this whole interview, I might come back and do another video playing the whole interview so we can get the full context. But hey, this is what happens when you say silly stuff online. People gonna chop it up like for real. But anywho, let's hit it.
I want to be clear that law enforcement isn't to prevent crime. Law enforcement solves crime, okay? That is what they're supposed to do. They are supposed to solve crimes, not necessarily prevent them from happening per se. I want to be clear.
So you heard what she said, right? I know y'all heard it. Matter of fact, let's play it again to make sure that we heard her correctly.
That law enforcement isn't to prevent crime. Law enforcement solves crime, okay? That is what they're supposed to do. They are supposed to solve crimes, not necessarily prevent them from happening per se.
A few days ago, I did a video stating the surefire way that you can lower and or prevent crime in Chicago and pretty much in any city in this country. And what I said was the way to do that is that you have to have police on the beat. Now, like I said, I haven't seen this whole interview, so I'm not quite sure what she's talking about, what made her say this statement. I got an idea though. I have an idea. I feel that it has something to do with Donald Trump and sending troops to Chicago or Washington D.C. or Baltimore or any other cities that's ran by Democrat. No, sanctuary cities is what he's going after, really. And the way they do it, like I say, is and what we'll see what Donald Trump is doing is he's sending troops out to these cities. And when you look at Washington D.C., when he put troops on the ground out there, it cut crime tremendously, right? Tremendously. And I said, That's how it's supposed to be anyway. You suppose because remember Brandon Johnson did an interview on MSNBC, I believe, and the guy the interviewer asked him if Donald Trump would bring tens of thousands of troops, if tens of thousands of police officers were added to your police force, do you think the crime would go down? And Brandon Johnson didn't want to answer the question. He hemmed and hawed, explaining the whole way, talking about these programs would do it, affordable housing would do it. And the man said, "Hey, if you had okay," he said, "Okay, if you have all of them programs, that's fine. If you had all these programs, great. But would extra police on the force help?" And he still didn't want to answer the question. He kept on trying to go around the question because the answer is yes. How do we know that? Because Donald Trump sent these troops out there, and all they doing is like walking the beat, patrolling, if you will. Then you got people who say, "I don't want the police out here patrolling because they be like they be harassing us, and they be profiling stuff like that." Okay, yeah, you know what I say, and then these are the people that be talking about defund the police. And what I said about that part is, you don't need to defund the police. You need to just revamp it, retrain it, and go overseas and see how they have these guys take 2 years to go through training before they can get on the street. Because police force, first you got a gun and you got other people's lives in your hands, and you're making life and death decisions. And we see it all the time when these policemen shoot and cut the TV off on people who are wielding knives and screwdrivers running at them. But in the day, I think there was a story where this guy who like was beheaded out here in Dallas, and the policeman didn't take him out. He apprehended him. You know what I'm saying? Showed great restraint as the police officer, sheriff, or whoever was talking said. But anyway, you just got to revamp how they train and who they put in these positions, just like nurses, doctors, anybody else who getting who getting a license to do something. It takes time to do it, but it takes longer to get a damn driver license than do to become a policeman nowadays, almost. But anyway, that's the way you do it. Police patrolling the city streets will cut crime down. It's just a known fact. It's no you can look the statistics up if you want to. That's how I do it. That's how it works. If you don't have the police, then people are not afraid and they continue to do what they want to do. But you got people who don't want to be profiled, worried about racism and stuff like that. I worry about it too. I don't like it, but no, I don't worry about it. I mean, I know it's there. Everybody know racism exists, but you just got to deal with it one way or another. So it is what it is. But back to her and her little ignorant statement. This heifer said that law enforcement is not there to prevent crime, but to solve them. That right there again shows you why people are getting away from the Democratic Party. Because you know me, I'm a chat GPT aficionado. So I looked it up. I asked it, what is the job of law enforcement? And here's what it told me. Law enforcement's job is to maintain public safety and uphold the law. Their main responsibilities include preventing and investigating crimes. Number one, patrolling communities to deter crime. Now, I just looked this up right now. Didn't look it up when I put my other video up. I just looked this up right now because I wanted to know what the law, because maybe I was wrong. I mean, hell, she got the law degrees. She's been a lawyer forever and is in Congress, you know what I'm saying, and doing, in politics. She should know the law better than me. Way more, way better than me. You know what I'm saying? She done put the work in. She done put the hours in. What the heck do I know? All I do is look up Chat GPT when I got a question. Or I also read. But other than that, she done been through the fire in the trenches when it comes to the law. So maybe I was wrong. But no, this says patrolling communities to deter crime. First bullet point. Investigating criminal activity and gathering evidence. Arresting individuals suspected of breaking the law. That is number one. Number two, protecting people and property. Law enforcement. When you have a business, when you throw a concert, what do? You hire police. And what is police there to do? To provide security, to keep people safe. Now, I'm sure she's probably going to come back and say, when I said law enforcement, I meant a certain sector of law enforcement. It's probably what she's going to try to explain. But that ain't what you said here. You just said law enforcement. So we're just going to go by what she said. It say protecting people responding to emergencies such as accidents, natural disasters, or violent incidents. Protecting individuals, businesses, and public spaces. That's what the police do. Like I say, like patrolling, like keeping watch, enforcing laws and regulations, ensuring that federal, state, and local laws are followed, and issuing citations or making arrests when laws are broken. Maintaining public order. That's number 4. Managing large events, see, protests, or disturbances. So, like I said, you want to do a protest, you're marching, Black Lives Matter, all that kind of stuff. What do? You hire police, or you file a petition to get police security, and they come out there and they keep everything in order. Not sit in the office, wait for you to call because somebody done pulled out a weapon and did something to somebody. Now they need to come out. No, it's too late then. um, Building community trust, working with residents to solve problems, educating the public about safety laws and crime prevention, and supporting the justice system, writing reports and testifying in court, providing evidence to prosecutors, and helping ensure due process. Look here, I'm not going to take too much more of your time on this because I think I spent too much time on her already. Man, look at here. Look at here. You got to do better, Democrats. I'm sorry. You got rid of Joe Biden. Good. You got Kamala Harris scared to run again. Very good. Now you need to get this woman up out of there. Get somebody with a little more sense of who. Because see, that's the thing about it. You can tell that these people just talk to go against the people they don't like, whether it's right or wrong. If they don't like you, they are willing to say something. This doggone ignorant and stupid, just to try to go against Donald Trump. And you know what the problem is? They got some sheeple who will say, "Yeah, she's right. They need to, that's right. Yeah, she right." And sometimes people just say it because they just they just want to hear something different than what Donald Trump is saying. It's kind of like if the preacher says, tell people God knows my heart. I'm not finished yet. Work in progress. We live by grace. People say, "Oh yeah, I live by grace," and now they keep doing the things they know they shouldn't be doing in the first place. When that's not what grace means, and that's not how grace is defined in the scriptures. But then again, that's why you got a bunch of women and very few men in the church right now because of stuff like that. And that's why you got a bunch of women and very few men still following the Democratic Party because of stupid stuff like this. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you maybe a couple of minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here at this channel. And with that being said, I leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.